Okay, I fixed the first thing on the Hohner. This is at the underneath the keyboard. There is this, it looks like a piece of veneer that's been coated with fabric. It's the cover that goes on like so. And the palm switch here wasn't operating. It was, the palm switch here wasn't operating, it was stuck. And what it does is it operates, there's this brass slider assembly right here that goes in the middle reed, which is this reed right here, I believe. Or is it this one? It's this one. Which one? Which one? It may go in this one. Yeah, it goes in this one. This is the number 2, which is the center. And this is where the slider goes in this little slot right here. So I'm going to tidy this up, but I noticed that all the valves need, the valves on this are in very poor condition, I would say, and it looks like there's, let's see, quite a bit of just age and dust. Some of the valves actually fell off when I was doing this, but anyway, this now works. Let's see. And it's got this little assembly right here was my clue. What this is a spring, as it turns out. That's funny looking. Is that rust? I think that's a glue. There's a cam in here, so it's kind of a clockwork little thing. So every time the palm switch is pushed, it engages that little cam, and that moves that lever back and forth there, which inside the accordion, that's attached to this piece of metal right here, which is attached to the side of the accordion. Let's see here. This is terrible video, but it's for me. So yeah, it's attached to the side of the accordion right here, and this here connects down this little piece of metal that is right here. It's a little pin that connects down and goes into that brass assembly and holds the slider in place. It looks like whoever worked on this before made a couple of marks on it. So it might have been worked on before, but I now know that anytime I have a problem with the palm switch, that I need to take off that back cover and look at this assembly here. So anyway, note to self, this is cool, and I actually fixed something. Now, as to whether it will stay fixed, I think figuring out why it wasn't working would be an interesting thing. And it looks to me like it could have been pushed here so that that switch wasn't engaging. So I might be able to get like a small piece of wood about the same thickness as this and put it right here, like in this area here, sort of like these blocks that are holding the assembly in place, about that thickness, or maybe a little bit more, because I think that's a little bit, it's a little bit smaller. But I think what's happening is just the pressure of that back, because the pressure, you can see on here that that's exactly where that circle is, and where it sits on that, it could be the pressure on this side, the pressure on this edge. If it gets pushed, it may make that cam disengage. But all I had to do was to move this. It will move. It won't move if it's not working. It will move because it's come loose from the cam. But when it's engaged with the cam, you can't really move it without damaging something. And the only way to move it then is to move the palm switch, which moves it right and left. So that is fix number 1 for the Hohner.